Stay with us. General Kadyan is also joining us right now. General Kadyan, the fact that this is not the first time you're looking at General Bipin Rawat being targeted. Now, what's wrong when you have the army chief doing some straight talking? He's essentially also trying to appeal for peace and calm in the country. And remember, not to forget that there are issues like these that have basically been misutilized by our neighboring countries. So perhaps that could be one of the reasons why you're looking at General Bipin Rawat actually making this sort of a statement, appealing for some calm.
Actually, there are two issues in this. One is the credibility of the act. I personally believe the act is right, and people have not been given the correct understanding and explanation. That is why they are protesters. To that extent, to say that we should not be protesting is the right step. Second is, General Bipin Rawat heads the army, which is known for being apolitical, a subject that has caused a political controversy on which the country is politically fractured. I think it is not the best time for an army chief, a serving army chief, to make a statement which is one way or the other. Let the army remain apolitical. The Prime Minister has already made a statement. A lot of politicians are making statements. That is fine. But I am not in favor of this serving army chief to make a statement on a subject that is politically divisive or politically controversial. So to that extent, I don't think General Bipin Rawat maybe said it in his exuberance. He was speaking to some students. But it is best for the army chief not to comment on topics which are politically controversial.
Lieutenant General Kadyan, one more we would also like to know from you with regards to this issue that we have seen, the protest that we have seen over the last few weeks, the violence that took place. Essentially, this has been misutilized by Pakistan. The kind of statement that has been made by the Pakistan Prime Minister, perhaps that could have weighed on the army chief, and that could be one of the reasons why you're looking at the army chief delving into such issues.
Possibly, that he is worried about what our neighbors will think. His intention is absolutely understandable, but I think it is not part of our tradition. In the past, no chief has ever made a statement on a subject that is currently under political dispute between various political parties. And I think it is not right also, because if the army is kept out of politics, it is both in the interest of the army as well as the country that the army should remain apolitical totally. Otherwise, we will be following the same route as our neighbors are doing. Their army is into politics, and you will see the results what is happening. So to that extent, I am not questioning General Bipin Rawat's intention. He is absolutely a straightforward patriot, no doubt ever. And if the army was involved and he was addressing, army has not been called to quell these riots or protests. So army is still out of it. Let the army give a feeling, give a signal of being totally neutral. Because tomorrow, let us say, what happens if some of the opposition parties come to power, and where does the army stand? Whether the act is right or not right. The act is causing some kind of a division. Unfortunately, the government should have explained to the people before passing the act. That's my personal view. But that is not happening. Government is doing its best to explain it now.
Right.
Even I am convinced that the act is a correct step. But then I am a private individual. I can express my views publicly. I am against a serving army chief to expressing a view that
Lieutenant General Raj Kadyan, thank you very much. Lieutenant General Raj Kadyan, thank you very much for speaking to Republic TV. As the veterans also pointing out that there is absolutely nothing wrong when the general makes this sort of a statement. This is keeping in mind what's actually happening across the border.